Welcome to Off the Console, the hottest podcast where we talk about gaming, tech news, and much, much more. I'm High Tech Lowlife, your host for the day, and I'm joined by our co-hosts, Gardiner, Bryant, and Games Revealed.
Welcome.
What's up?
How are you guys doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing good.
Doing fine. Doing fine. So, today we've got the Steam frame again, but then we've also got the Game Awards. We've got Xbox Game Pass coming to Linux, Epic Game Store coming to Linux, and much, much more. So we usually start the episode with what we've been doing. So let's start with you, Gardner. What have you been doing this week?
Oh, man. I have been up to a whole bunch of things. I've been doing some work for clients, of course. Been playing a bunch of games because I have put together my own DIY.
Oh my God. You're playing games now?
I know it's been fun. I started my YouTube channel back in 2014 because I was like, I've been so busy with work. I just need to have an excuse to play video games. And I know that if I don't do something productive with my time while playing games, then I won't ever do it. And now I'm back to that square one. So, yeah. So now I built a Steam machine, and it's really awesome. It's got a Ryzen 8000 series CPU.
8,000?
Right. Wait.
You mean 9,000, right? Or 7,000?
The Ryzen 9 8945HX CPU. It has 32 gigs of RAM, and it has an Asus Prime Radeon 9070 XT 16 gigabyte. It's a good machine, man. And I've been putting it through its paces.
Hell yeah.
I played Doom, the Dark Ages on it. Surprisingly, still a bad game. I don't like that game. I'm sorry. But one thing that we were talking off camera about was that I was actually surprised by how poorly the game ran. It's only around 50 frames a second at 1440p with ultra settings, which is like what defaulted to when it booted up for the first time. So, and I'm not the kind of guy to go in and tweak settings. I want the game to figure that out automatically. So yeah, it's been interesting. I've played a bunch of other fun games though, like Forza Horizon 6 works great. Gonna try Cyberpunk. Everybody's telling me to try Cyberpunk on it, so that's gonna be the next game I try.
Yeah, try Cyberpunk on it.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, I'm glad you have a Steam machine that you built your own. Now we have the full trifecta.
Yeah.
We have 2 Steam machines and like a bigger, more powerful Steam machine in the room too. How much did that all cost you?
So like I don't know exactly how much I paid for it because a lot of the stuff like the motherboard and the CPU and the RAM I scrounged from like review samples.
Damn.
So the only things I actually bought for this build was the 9070, which was like $800, which is slightly over MSRP. And then I bought the case, which is the Lian Li A3 MATX WD, and then I got a couple fans. So like that's all I bought for this. So it was around maybe just under $1,000 what I purchased myself. The rest came from review samples.
I couldn't imagine how expensive it would have been if you had to pay for everything.
I know how much it would have been if I paid for all of it. It would have been $1,856.
Damn.
Yeah.
Would you have paid that much for a Steam machine? No?
No, I'm saving money this way so that I can buy a Steam frame when that comes out.
Yes, and we will be talking about the Steam frame soon.
And I'll be able to stream games from this to the Steam frame too, so it'll be cool.
Sick. I want to get a Steam frame as well.
Yeah.
Now, how about you, James? What is that, James? I see something.
The Frankenphoenix that I built, kind of similar to Gardiner's, except for I have a PC that I've been using forever that has that 3090 in it, and it's It's got the 9060 XT. I went a little cheaper. It has DDR4 RAM in it, and it's got a little bit older CPU and motherboard, but it runs really well. Here's the kicker. My kids use it right now. I actually prefer Steam Machine. So I've kind of went the higher, like Gardiner, yours is much more powerful than mine. I went the mid-range route. It is more powerful than the Steam Machine. I don't have the CEC adapter yet for it. I'm going to be doing some content on it, but it is still noisy, where the Steam Machine doesn't make noise. I will say I'm struggling because back in the day, I didn't care if it created as much noise or whatever. I had when I was younger, I had an AC unit in my room just to make sure it was cool enough when I was running high-end hardware. Now I've flipped where I kind of like the simplicity of the Steam Machine. I can set down, I can play whatever I want. I've beaten a few games. I finally finished the DLC for Alan Wake 2. I've put almost 50 hours into Baldur's Gate 3. I've played the hell out of that, and it's actually made me very lazy. I still need to come out with my full official review video for it, but I figured more time on it. More time on it is better than less, I guess. So, but
yeah.
So you said you don't have a CEC adapter for it?
How'd you
not
manage
yet.
to do it?
I'm gonna
Gardner?
buy one.
Yeah, I bought one, and setting it up was surprisingly, like, it didn't work out of the box, but it was relatively straightforward to get it working, and that's all I'll say. I'll save the rest for my review.
Interesting. I have my eye on a CEC that's designed to just work out of the box for Linux, but we'll see.
Which one is it?
It's some random one. I have to look at it again.
Is it the Pulse Sense? That's the brand I got.
I don't think so.
No.
That sounds interesting. Yeah, no, it's I haven't got that part hooked up yet, but even my son, I don't know why, but he loves the Steam controller. Like, hey, I put Ghost Simulator 3 on here. He loves playing through that. I put it on the bigger one, the Steam Machine Killer, the Frankenphoenix, as I like to call it. And he's like, well, I don't want to play it unless I have the Steam controller. Awesome.
Yeah,
So,
build him. Get him one of those dongles. Well, actually, no. Well, actually, you can't buy another Steam controller, can you?
Nope. I'm still in it. I have to see if Susie has. I swear I put her in for a bid for it, but mine's set to 2027 for a Steam controller. Oh, I honestly, at this point, I really do want a second one, and it's not because the Steam controller itself; it's because the interface. It feels like a console. I don't have to. It's very quick. It has very low latency, and like my PlayStation 1, I haven't hooked it up to the Steam Machine yet, but I don't know if you can even start the Steam Machine by pressing the middle button on the PlayStation. Or with Steam Machine or the Steam controller, you can. It's just, it feels like a console. I really like it right now. I go through phases like this, but yeah.
You can wake the Steam controller with a Bluetooth controller.
Okay.
You have to pair it first before you do that. But you have to pair it first before you can do that. But you can do it.
Guys, spoiler alert. I got my DIY Steam Machine to start with an external, like a USB Bluetooth device that was paired with the DualSense.
External. Wait, what?
I have a Bluetooth USB adapter because my board doesn't have Bluetooth on it, right?
What?
And so I plug in a USB Bluetooth adapter, right? And I paired my DualSense with that adapter, and I was able to get the Steam Machine that I built to turn on just by turning on the PlayStation controller.
There you go. I've not tried anything like that yet. My PlayStation. So I have one for PC. It's right now paired with my Mac, and every time I turn it, even if I plug it into the PC, it turns on the Mac's game system. So there's like sync to both. It's really weird. So I got to unsync it from the Mac, because what I'll do is I'll stream from my other computers to my Mac while I'm working, while I'm doing some other stuff. And so, yeah, I'll play games sometimes on my Mac. I just gotta, I don't know.
Man. Man, I've been playing the hell out of my Steam Machine. I've been doing a lot of experimentation with it. I've been I've been working on my Steam Machine masterclass and reviewing it, so I get in a sense I haven't been doing too much actual like deep gaming, but I've been doing a lot with my Steam Machine. I enjoy it, and soon it's about time to make a review on it. And it's going to be one glorious time. That said, there are some new games that are on the horizon that I'm really looking forward to that hopefully run on the Steam Machine, like Phantom Blade Zero, and Kingdom Hearts 4 actually got a trailer very recently. And I kind of have a soft spot for Kingdom Hearts. Can't wait for it to come out. So I'm sure you guys aren't familiar with like Kingdom Hearts as a whole, but I'm sure you know the like basic concept, right? Yeah, explore. So we're gonna do a fun little experiment. What Disney worlds, excluding Marvel, 20th Century Fox, and Star Wars, what Disney worlds do you think they'll put in this game? Besides Coco, since that's been confirmed.
Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, that would be a good one.
That would be a good one. I'm surprised they haven't done that yet. Yeah, that's a hard one because they don't even do original IP as much anymore.
Yeah,
I mean they have some. They have Moana.
That's
They
over
have
10 years old at this point.
Moana's over 10 years. No fucking way, Gardiner.
Pretty sure, my dude. It was
Look,
like 2016.
Hold on. Let me look this shit up. There's no way. Okay.
Yeah, 2016, man. That's 10 years old.
Oh, right. Moana's 10 years old at this point?
I just shattered his entire world, dude.
Oh, my God. I generally try to stay good with knowing what's old and what isn't old. Because like some people still say like Super Mario Bros. Is like 20 years old at this point when it's actually closer to like 40.
It's over 40, yeah.
Yeah. But like, oh no. Moana's 40 years old at this point.
I need to let you know you're the youngest by a bit here, and it only gets worse for you. This is just gonna keep getting worse. Yeah.
It's the start.
Dude.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. But anyway, aside from that though, Moana's Zootopia is probably gonna be in there too.
I can see Zootopia, yeah.
I can see Zootopia.
All right.
For sure.
What non-Disney IP would you want to see in Kingdom Hearts?
Like,
dude.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking? The Naked Gun.
The Naked Gun.
The Naked Gun.
What?
Well, Disney owns a lot of stuff though. You'd be surprised at how much Disney owns.
Yeah.
So there's a very solid chance that Disney or some under Disney. Oh, they could put like Predator in there.
Roger Rabbit.
They own Alien and Predator. Did I mention that? Disney.
Fox.
Dude, they can put Alien and Predator in Kingdom Hearts. Dude, and The Simpsons. That'd be kind of crazy.
That would be wild.
All right, but
they don't do The Simpsons.
But yeah, speaking of wild, we're about to hit 1,000 subscribers. So
we are
on YouTube. So if you enjoyed our content, our channel, please do us a favor, go on our YouTube channel and give us a like and subscribe, and that will help us immensely. And or if you want to check us out, or you can also continue to watch us on the audio feed. There's a bunch of different places to watch them. You can watch them on your favorite podcasting service, or you can check out our new website. Well, fairly new, offtheconsole.com. Look, we even got all of our episodes here. Isn't that crazy?
It's slowly coming together, guys. I'll have a YouTube feed in it too. I don't think I have it tied yet, but I want to sync them. So,
absolutely, man.
The episodes you can see both side by side. Right now, it's just just the audio.
It's good stuff, man. Props to James for this. He really kicked ass.
Dude, I love that thumbnail.
With the
EA Sports is in the game.
Yeah. That was a comment that really.
It's pretty good. Oh,
I don't know if we should directly address the comment or not, but I'm sure he. No, the comment I showed you, Gardiner. Remember?
Oh yeah.
He knows who he is. He's probably still watching us, but
I think you need to rewatch the last episode fully, and maybe you'll understand better. To the commenter. Okay.
But enough about that, though. Let's talk about this episode, the Steam Frame, Deja Vu again. We talked about this last episode too. To be honest, this is our But essentially, the Steam frame, it's nearing release, and with this 30th anniversary of Valve being not next week, but the following week on the 24th, it seems like a prime time to release this bad boy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think
And furthermore,
tomorrow is a good day to do it, or Monday. They don't need to wait.
Tomorrow, after we record this fucking podcast, I see where you're going with this.
I just want it released.
So this is the boot animation for the frame. That's pretty cool.
Wow. Is
You know
that
what'd be
going to be
cooler
in
than that?
2D? I wonder if that cube will have like depth
Mhm.
to it.
Oh,
That would be pretty cool, actually.
that would be pretty. None of us have a Steam frame. There have been some potential leaks suggesting that the Steam frame coming out a lot sooner than we expect.
Yeah. We all thought it was going to be last Monday, honestly.
Yeah. Like right after the episode releases.
Yeah.
Hey, it might be this Monday too.
Yeah. Let us
Be
know
some
in
Monday.
the comments if we're right or if we're wrong.
We'll just move the Monday to the latest episode. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Unless they like release it in the middle of our podcast today, that would be fucking sick, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
But
unprecedented.
unprecedented, major news happening during off the console episode recording sesh.
It's more like Valve doesn't do it that way. It's like Friday or Monday.
Yeah, Valve will just release shit on like some random Wednesday where nothing happens.
That
Unless
too.
it's like
work-life
it's like a
balance.
Half-Life documentary. Oh wait, are they gonna do Half-Life documentaries for like the episodes or a Portal documentary? That'd be kind of sick.
I'm down for
I
all
would
of it.
be down for Portal.
What'd you say? Wait, what'd you say, Gardiner?
I said I would be down for a Portal documentary.
I'd be down for more documentaries for Valve games. Left 4 Dead 1 and 2,
Oh yeah.
Portal. I don't really care that much about Dota,
No.
but they can do classic CS.
Yeah.
Yes.
Classic CS.
I'm down for
Ricochet.
any of that stuff.
Team Fortress 2. You get Team Fortress 2 for free on the day they release a documentary.
Guys, Ricochet.
2 is
Ricochet is their
free.
best game. You don't remember Ricochet?
Dude, Ricochet. I
Ricochet.
own Ricochet.
I think I own it too.
No, I like owned at it. Like I play with my friends and I just destroy them. It's stupid, but I don't even think Ricochet had like up down movement. It's just side by side, and you jump between you jump up and down on platforms. And shoot discs. It was like Tron on rails almost. So I don't know. Yeah, it was weird.
Dude, don't worry, man. They'll get a Ricochet too.
I don't know.
Maybe
if I
they'll make
need
it.
Ricochet
Maybe they'll.
too.
Maybe they'll make it VR.
See, I'm waiting for Ricochet 3.
Can you
I
have a
just
Ricochet
want-
3
yeah.
without Ricochet 2?
If you do, then
Yes.
you're not actually counting to 3 at that point. So that's the likeliest scenario here.
Damn, you got a point there, Gardner.
I want a Ricochet Series X. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Ricochet 360.
Then that way they don't have to do it. They could be their stubborn selves and not have to count to 3. But I just want, honestly, Ricochet, cool. That'd be nice. I think I'd cry a little if they came out with a Ricochet 2 or 3. Thinking like you put your energy to this and not to something I really care about. Even though Ricochet was fun, there's zero substance to that high tech.
Well,
You
that's
gotta
why-
go watch some gameplay on or pull it up, because if you have it, like I think everyone might. If they actually, I don't know how you buy that game, but yeah,
It's on Steam. It's $4.99.
it's
Or if you bought the
costs
Valve,
money is crazy. That game is not worth $1 in the sense of like it is literally a map of jumping up and down. There's not a lot of depth to it, literally.
Mhm.
yeah, well, I think they're gonna unveil Ricochet 2 at the Game Awards.
Oh my god!
Ooh.
So the Game Awards, they announced the date, December 10th, a Thursday, and as per OTC tradition, we always live stream this episode, mostly to see how the fucking Game Awards are rigged.
Rigged. I
I'm-
think Miss Piggy gets it every time. She knows what's going on there.
That is true. That is true. Who won last year? I need to remember. Wait, what? Start
That's-
voting. Where is there no
Who
list of?
Scroll up. Click that. Click. Go down. Go to click that. View now. Click view all categories. Game of the year.
Claire
Yeah,
Obscure.
it's like Claire. They're so good. Claire Obscure, like Expedition's so
Claire
good.
Obscure. Claire Obscure. Claire Obscure.
It was not rigged
Claire-
for like you guys
Claire
didn't play
Obscure.
it. Expedition 33
Well,
was really
I'm
good.
not saying it was rigged this year, but I'm saying it's usually rigged.
I think
Claire Obscure.
I don't know. If I
Doom
go
the Dark
fully, like,
Legends.
is it influenced every year? Probably. Is it rigged? I think all the game of the years that I've seen, I've agreed with at least in the last like 5 or 6 years.
Best ongoing, No Man's Sky. I agree with that. Best community sport, Baldur's Gate 3. Claire. All right, this is bullshit. This is
know this
bullshit.
But it has such a good, almost indie story. It's just not quite indie. That's the
Like-
unfortunate part.
Like, this is like categorically bullshit. Honestly, I think the whole idea of having a publisher at all
Yeah.
defeats the purpose of it being indie. That doesn't mean they're not
I
good
agree.
games. Like Blueprints, I've heard is a great game. I've heard Ball X Pit is a good game too. I've also heard Absalom is a good game too. But like realistically, the only two games here that are indie are either Hades 2 or Silksong.
Yeah.
Some of these wouldn't have become games unless they would have gotten picked up by a publisher, though. So we got to remember, sometimes it's
Right,
really hard
but-
to make a video game.
But the
Like
difference,
these.
but we had this
Yeah.
debate last year, but
Yeah,
like
I know.
the difference is you have indie games, which are games like what I did or what Hades or
Yeah.
Hollow Knight does, where the studio themselves are independent. They are putting up the money to develop the game up front themselves. Then you have double A, which is like what Claire Obscure and these other
Yes.
games that have like an indie feel maybe, but they're like lower budget, right? That's the difference, right? And then
They're lower
AAA
budget. I mean, I think a lot of games start out as indie and then they get picked up by a publisher to finish. And so it's not like they didn't have a lot of, they took on a lot of risk. Like I think Expedition 33 started indie, then they were able to pick up a publisher to finish it and to get, I don't know at what point during the whole thing. I don't know about the other games in that list. We've had the debate. I want to agree, but like I wouldn't put with some of that. I don't even know if I'd go as far as Hades 2 and Silksong being indie because they made so much money off their first games that they're like easy to fund. It's easy to fund those.
Yeah,
They entered AAA realm.
I think there's
developers.
I think there's a world where we could say Supergiant Games is no longer an indie dev in the traditional sense.
they have a AAA budget. Like they have
Yeah,
they have a huge budget.
Yeah,
Right.
I think they could move out of the indie category by their next. Well, I feel like they should have already moved out of the indie category.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, Bastion was an absolute banger, and it sold super well, and so did what was the follow up?
Transitor.
No, there was another one before Transistor.
I
I don't remember, but yeah, like they had yeah. Anyway, you're right.
Sure.
Best debut indie game.
game is a bad one. I think they could rename to that.
Yeah, I mean, how do you disambiguate between like a person that's making their game for the very first time and like a brand new studio full of industry vets like with
Right.
Claire Obscure? Like, how do you?
Yeah.
Like Dispatch is also the same way too. I think all of these are well.
They probably
Maybe
all
not
like that's
this.
that's the thing. It's not their first because that's a really weird way to like distinguish it, but it's just it's for their studio, right? It's their debut studio. Like that would be probably a better way to say best debut game and have it attached to a studio, but that's I guess the same thing for them. They consider indie to be like upstart, which that's the hard part about all this. I'd like to split out some of these into multiple categories, but then the Game Awards show
Let's
would
see.
go so much longer.
Let's see. Best
Well,
mobile
we removed,
game.
like a third of the advertisements. It'd clear up like 2 hours worth of the of the show.
Let's see.
These shows are so expensive to run, guys. Like Game Award shows, all those things are so expensive. Unless you like find a way to fund it, I don't know. This
They
wouldn't
don't
happen.
have to be expensive. That's the thing. They don't
The
need
venues,
All right.
broadcasting, they have to be expensive just for production alone. Now you could trim it down quite a bit, but that's, I don't know. I'm not trying to defend it, but I've seen more and more behind the scenes of some of these things, and they're so expensive.
Yeah, you couldn't make a show like this without having significant amounts of money or sponsorships or things like that. Like if we were to do our own off the console award show, we'd have to get like a pretty big sponsor. But that's besides the point though. Best mobile game, Uma Musume. Let's see, best VR game. I don't know any of these games, but Midnight Walk won. Best action game, Hades 2. I mean, it's a pretty good action game. Best action adventure game, Silk Song. Wow, that's pretty cool. I can agree with that. Best RPG, Claire Obscure. I could agree with that too. What I don't agree with is Monster Hunter Wilds being categorized as an RPG. But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
Best fighting game. Isn't it crazy that like 3 of these are just re-releases of old games? At least Fatal Fury won. I can respect that.
Yeah, the less. Oh my gosh.
What really bothers me is that they don't have a best Linux games category.
What are you talking about with Valve? They're all Linux games now.
I don't see any Valve games on here.
No, because of what I'm saying is a Steam OS.
Proton.
That's true.
Proton. Yeah, Proton.
See, best family game, Donkey Kong. Best sim strategy, Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evilus Chronicles. Hell yes, I can agree with this, even if it is a re-release and re-enhancement of an old PS1, aka the best Final Fantasy. Don't at me.
2 Point Museum.
I don't like re-releases being on here. Alters is original, and I really did like Alters. I haven't finished it, but
well, my question now is, what if it's like a rebalance of the game with like new, like, because it does, like the original game didn't have voice acting, and this one does, and they also rebalance the game, and I don't know.
Is it a remake or just a remaster with the voice acting?
Well, it's a remaster with rebalanced gameplay, reworked UI, voice acting.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, it is a hard one. I don't know. I don't think it's quite a remake.
I think if it's a remake, you would throw it into there, and that there's still debate there. But yeah,
let's see, racing game Mario Kart World. It was fun, but I don't think it's $80 fun.
No.
Best multiplayer Arc Raiders. I guess that one. Whatever, I guess. Best adaptation, The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Which isn't even a video game. It's a TV show at the Game Awards. Love it.
Well, it's based on the best adaptation is a video game. Yeah, based media, right? So.
Yeah, it is based on a video game. Most anticipated game, Grand Theft Auto. We all knew that was going to win. And, oh, Lord. Oh, God. It's supposed to release this year, and it's supposed to be at the Game Awards this year. Oh, my fucking God, man.
It's going to be Game of the Year, unfortunately.
Moist Critical won. Who cares? Content creator. I don't care unless we're on there. Wow, is that egotistical of me to say? Probably.
A little bit.
CS2 esports game, whatever, man. Best esports athlete.
We don't need to go through all these. These are the point where
see
fall asleep.
Team player's voice. This one's important. Wuthering Waves. It's always interesting how these gacha games win.
Yeah, well,
it's not.
If you give addicts the choice to pick their favorite game.
Shade.
Yes, but in the meantime, though, speaking of addicts, maybe come to Linux through the Exodus project. So for those who don't know,
enjoy it.
So for those who don't know, Linguin is the principal guy behind the Hero Games launcher. And now he's working on bringing Xbox PC games and Game Pass games to Linux. Good stuff. So he's gotten all the authentication, all that stuff down. He hasn't quite gotten games to work, but at this point, though, I think that's small potatoes compared to just getting everything else working, right?
Yeah, the authentication and making sure there's no DRM or anything that's blocking it. That's the biggest step. If he's crossed that and the games just need Proton and some other stuff and stuff applied to it, that's the easier stuff. So that's good. That's a good sign. This is a very good sign.
Yeah, so as you can see here, you can see all of the games available. And it looks like he's either installed them or is installing them right now. Like, not truth be told, if you have them on Steam, there's no reason to switch over. But if you have them on Game Pass, I mean, it's a good value to be able to play your Game Pass games on Linux, because traditionally, like, if I'm not mistaken, you couldn't use Game Pass on Linux without like streaming, right?
Yeah,
correct.
Yep. Oh, and furthermore, OG Xbox /360 backwards compatibility. You guys remember that?
Interesting.
So
is this backwards compatibility through like the official emulators?
So, I don't know. I mean, I haven't tested that myself. The games are available right now if anyone wants to try them out, but I don't know for certain. I think someone was able to. I think some people have been able to inject other Xbox games into the official emulator, but it's not a huge priority right now since Linguin has to get the other games working first.
Yeah,
but it is something on the table.
Is he like bringing like Xbox APIs to Proton? Is that how he's doing this?
Well, I'm not certain. Xodus is supposed to handle the authentication, game package download, and licenses. It can also download and decrypt MSI XVC packages. Let's see, authorization and game downloads are working. He's focusing on getting the game SDK to actually run the games.
Okay.
And apparently he's got his own fork of Wine set up for this purpose.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Scroll up really quick. Right there. The remaining work involves recreating enough of the Xbox gaming runtime and related services for games to function through Wine. Yeah. Neat. I mean, dude, I'm all in favor of this, dude. Linguin's the man.
Linguin is the guy. We had him on our podcast once too, actually, if you guys remember.
Yeah.
We should probably link that in the description down. We should probably look up that video. But essentially, Linguin, he's the GOAT. He made Hero Games Launcher. He made Epic Games. He made the Epic Game Store palatable on Linux. It's good stuff. What is MSI XVC2?
He used it for Alan Wake 2. So those are really nice.
Oh, it's the new packaging format for games built with the Microsoft GDK. I don't actually know what the major differences are since I'm not familiar with it, but you're supposed to be able to play Minecraft Bedrock? That could be huge.
I'm trying to get that working right now. So that's my whole, like, for my kids to get Bedrock running. I have Java Edition, which isn't too bad, but I'm making it easier with, so I do have a launcher I've worked with on and off on my own stuff. So I have it so that it's launching Minecraft without having to go through like some of the archaic UIs. But yeah,
is it like the Android version of Minecraft Bedrock that you're using or something like that?
No, I'm not using that. That is one way you could go, is through Android. I don't want to do that though. I want native PC Bedrock, partially because I own it. I don't want to buy the Android or have my kids use the Android. They have all their stuff tied to PC, and so for them to use SteamOS, that's a big part of it, is to get Bedrock working on it, because they're big into Minecraft Bedrock. We have Java, we can run Java, but like Bedrock would be a great next step.
Right. So there's a whole FAQ here. What is Exodus? When can I play Minecraft Bedrock? TLDR soon. TM. How do I get involved? What games will be supported? Most of the catalog, the limitation has to be, the game has to be GDK and an MSI XVC. So far, Gears of War 4 is the prominent unsupported title. That might be, I don't know what's necessarily going on with Gears of War 4, since I haven't played that. But yeah, I mean, it looks like good stuff. He's ready to bring Xbox over to PC just in time for the new console that he never released.
Bringing it to Linux. It's
right. So currently there's no downloadable executable for this because it's very work in progress. No game, but you could build it from source if you'd like.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's cool, man. Exodus.
I think it's
I'm
really
gonna read
cool
that.
too. Yeah, I'll have to look into it. Also for my launcher.
Also, that is a pretty cool title for your project Exodus.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Sick.
It's really good.
Now, the Epic Game Store is a little less sick, but I think it's good that they're supporting Linux, even if some of us aren't the biggest fans of Epic Games.
Supporting. Once again, I don't have too many issues personally. The like supporting is very loose there, by the way.
Now, some people have gone on record saying that, oh, this means Fortnite's coming to Linux, but like, no, that doesn't necessarily mean that.
I think it's going to come to Linux. I think they have a lull in their players, and they'll do anything to make sure that they keep that high going. And I think it's going to come to Linux. He's going to eat his words, and it's going to come to Linux eventually. I don't think this is necessarily the catalyst for that, but yeah.
I mean, this is like kind of the prerequisite, right? Like this has to happen before
Fortnite goes on Linux.
Could come to Linux.
Agreed. But this came around. This was confirmed because it was at a conference where there was someone asked, "Are you going to put this on Linux?" And yes, it's on our plans. That's what, from my understanding, what essentially was announced. So
yeah, so the Epic Game Store is coming to Linux. I think I would much prefer
like 2 years. Like the last time they did stuff like that with a Trello board, like they didn't get everything done and went past their due date. So I'd be more hopeful if they said, "Hey, it's coming out in the next month," because I want more support for Linux for the Epic Game Store, because I do game development and stuff between Godot and this. It'd be awesome for me to tinker more without having to go through the loopholes.
Tim Sweeney, if you're watching this podcast, I think the smartest thing you could do is hire Linguin and the guys behind the legendary CLI.
I'm pretty sure that that Heroic has received at least one Epic grant, right? Like the Epic Mega Grants. I'm pretty sure they've done at least one.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I feel like it's been two even, but I don't know for sure.
If it was okay, guys, I know you guys like to shit on Epic. I'm not going to be here to defend it, but if it was Rockstar, they would have just sued them. So I'm just saying, at least Epic gave them if they did give them a grant, that's awesome. And they're trying to support that type of side of things. I know it helps them. I know that can make, but there's other companies out there, and this is a sad bar. This is a very sad bar, but like.
So I don't really shit on Epic so much as Tim Sweeney.
Sweeney, yeah. I agree on that.
I mean, Epic, and they're in bed with Disney, which is like, one of the worst companies in the world. But
yeah, you can log on. You can log on to Epic Store with your Disney account.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, I did that yesterday because I wanted to get a skin on Fortnite so I could just have something to show off instead of being just Jonesy from Fortnite. It's true. Okay. You want to see the skin? You want to see the skin I got?
No.
Oh my God, is it Disney?
Yes, let's do it.
Is it Mickey Mouse?
It's not Mickey Mouse. It's Perlica from Arknight's Enfield. You get a free skin if you buy something in Arknight's. So that way I didn't give Epic money. Yeah, they buy it through the Epic Game Store, so you gave them a little bit of money, but
buying Epic is not like, oh.
I know. I will admit a lot of my Epic hate is performative, except for the part where the Epic Game Store kind of runs like ass.
Yeah.
It still runs like ass.
It's the issues that I have with Epic is that the game store sucks. They are so far behind in terms of features compared to Steam. But really the biggest thing is that Epic, just like pretty much every other major corporation in the games industry, are like at the crossroads of enshittification. Like everything about what they do is about maximizing shareholder profits and not about like actually making good games. It's about making addictive shit and ruining the gaming industry. That's the real critique I have of Epic. If you were interested,
it's hard because I agree, but they give back to the game community better than most. I just wish they would. That is true. That's where it's so hard. Like Fortnite might be addicting, but it is in some of its mechanics and all that. It is, but it is not as bad, and I know this is a horrible way to put it, but like it's not as bad as a lot of the more addictive games out there. They're on the cusp of the enshittification. They're not. I would not put them as the biggest contributor to it. They're a blip on it.
For what it's worth, the Epic Game Store is the Epic Games company is still technically privately owned.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's not. Not like open to all shareholders. I mean,
And
No,
yeah,
but
Tencent
it does have essentially shares though. It's got ownership.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of owners
Tencent
in it.
owns a significant amount of them.
Tencent,
And
Disney.
I will
Et cetera,
give
et cetera,
them
et cetera.
credit because they do things like the Epic Mega Grants. And it hasn't just been heroic. They gave one to Lutris, I believe, right? Like they've given a bunch of grants to open source. That's pretty cool. They also, after they delisted Unreal Tournament, the Unreal Tournament games, they made them freely available on archive.org, right? And gave the license over to Archive to be able to distribute those games. That's cool, right? Like they do cool things, but also like they fucking abandoned Unreal Tournament, and that is unforgivable to me. So I don't know, dude.
From Gardner dislike is from a place where he wants them to do better.
It's a place of pain. I've personally been wrong while Tim Sweeney, dude.
I think Tim
Remember-
Sweeney is the big problem, but also if they put in a new CEO, like if he like, oh, I'm gonna step down, we'll put a CEO in because he's the owner, right? Like he owns 51%. But like, what would happen then? Would it get worse or better? I don't like Tim Sweeney. I think he's kind of weird, but he's also been part of the reason why some of these things have gone okay. I agree. Unreal Tournament is, you can still go in there and you can tweak it and you can play with it. Like they have their like kind of built version of the newest Unreal, which is interesting. I found it very fascinating, but he's also gone on to shit on Steam. Like he has this vendetta. I think if he didn't have the vendetta against Valve, Steam, and all this other crap like Linux, even though he has supported stuff with Linux, but he's like, well, Fortnite's not going to be on Linux or whatever.
He's afraid of
That's the type of
strengthening
stuff-
Valve's position.
Yeah, that's the part where I'm like, billionaires just doing freaking dick measuring is kind of what it feels like. And I just hate that. So that's the part where I'm like, okay, whatever, Tim Sweeney. And then he does stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, awesome, cool. And then you have to get into this whole battle where the other side doesn't even acknowledge you and you're just fighting Steam, even though Gabe Newell's just chilling on his freaking boat.
Yeah, like I feel like if he actually focused his efforts on making the Epic Game Store a little better instead of trying to like spite Valve for no reason, I feel like he's been a little further along. Like we're not criticizing Epic because we outright hate Epic, not like some people or some subreddits, but we're doing it from a place of we want them to do better because ultimately we want all game companies to do better, even Valve, right?
Their store has gotten better. Their UI has gotten better. They just started out, I don't know what tech they were using, but they should have just copied Valve and using React and using, they use a PHP backend, which I don't know if I care for, but like Epic could have gotten much better and they chose not to. If they wanted to, they could give it to me and I could get them something in a year that'd be better than what they have. But to build, and I could guarantee that. That's a guarantee from me. If they gave me the money to do it full time. But it's other systems that go with it that Steam includes, right? So matchmaking and a bunch of those different systems that we don't talk about, the community systems, those take a lot of work to get right. Valve spent a lot of years working on that. You can't expect Epic Games to have that overnight, but they definitely could be working towards stuff faster. And I don't feel like they are. So they could hire more engineers. There's plenty of engineers that need work now, and they could and they have the money. Instead of, like, it's cool that they give away free games, but they could, maybe redirect that into jobs for engineers and just really pump out some really good stuff for Epic, but for the Epic Game Store. But we're going to go more and more into just me bitching about it.
Yeah, which is why we need to talk about something else. The gacha games industry going bankrupt. Record pace in 2026. Now, some may consider this to be a good thing because they dislike gacha games. But I think bankruptcy is bad in general. Because a lot of these guys are, a lot of these is like, a lot of these companies used to be like actual game developers that were essentially forced to make these because there's basically no room for like mid-range games, right, so to speak, right?
But the market demanded.
Yeah, it's kind of like how there's no middle class anymore. There's no middle range PC anymore. There's no middle range car anymore.
So you're not wrong. It's either like expensive or you have to get the cheapest thing possible. There's no middle class.
Yeah. Yeah, like developers don't make AA games, and that's why a lot of these gacha companies ended up making gacha games to survive. Now, on one hand, it means there's less gacha games, but like truth be told, they live and die. It's a super competitive market in Asia.
Dude, I wouldn't want. It sucks. It really sucks. I would never want to work on a gacha game because it's got to be so stressful.
Absolutely,
you have to be chasing the trends, and you have to be.
You have to be, yeah, and plus you have to like design a game that's easy enough to play on your phone too, because like this is gonna sound like a bit of a hot take for me, but like a lot of gacha games are veering too closely to like being actual games with stupid monetary systems, and I kind of just like it when gacha games just let me play on my phone for like 10 minutes, do my dailies, and then just call it a day. They don't expect too much out of me, the player. That sounds ridiculous on the face of it.
I think the best way to put it is with a lot of games and a lot of these gacha games, a lot of these live services, it's the time economy, and people just don't have time anymore. They're too busy trying to survive at this point where they can't afford anything. And so that's also, I think, another reason why these places are failing more and more is because the time economy is so expensive. Everything is expensive, including your time.
Right. Like, on the face of it, sounds like I would like a game like Zenless Zone Zero, but like you need so much fucking time to play that game. It's a lot more like gacha games were made to like play on the like commute on like a train or some shit like that for like 5 minutes or so while you get to your destination.
Used to be, wasn't it? I don't.
That's what they kind of still are.
Okay.
But like,
I feel like
who the fuck wants to play a game like that on a bus or a train?
True. The people I know that play gacha games, like and like some friends I know, they spend so much time with it. I don't know. Everyone I've heard that does gacha games, they spend too much time on it, as opposed to that's why I equate it to it takes a lot of time. But
well, I mean, it's one thing if you're sitting on a train doing nothing, you need something to, and you want something to do.
That's not what
it's another thing if you're. Yeah, that's not what they're doing. Like what they're doing is they're taking it's their hobby, so to speak. Which I mean, I'm not going to judge them for that.
Yeah, which is fine, but yeah,
could be worse though.
It's an addicting behavior because what a hobby can be dropped and you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to go do something else. But when it becomes like life service and uses these dark patterns to then addict you to where like I'm going to miss out on something. They want this feeling of if you leave, you're missing something, then they've got you. And if they did that like once a year, that's a different story. I think having events where it's like, you never want to miss this event. This is going to be awesome. It can be very like fun, like a release of a new console, stuff like that. They try to replicate that every week with some of these games. So I don't know. I don't like it.
There has been an interesting trend where a lot of them are being preserved in a way where they're releasing sometimes they're releasing offline versions of them as like a full game. And they're pretty fun. I think Mega Man X Dive was one.
Maybe some games don't deserve to live. They should just be lost to the sands of time. No, I even think with some of these gacha games, converting them into offline is a great way to go.
Yeah, Capcom did this. They made it a game you could play. I wouldn't buy it for $30, but if it's on sale for like $10, it's pretty good.
Well, you must not be a big enough Mega Man fan. If it was Half-Life in a Half-Life gacha game and it was offline, I would have bought it for $50.
All right, well, okay then. All right, but could be worse though. You could be Nvidia. You guys see this?
Yeah, this is crazy.
So they're embedded in missiles now. I thought they would be embedded in like missile targeting systems, not fucking the missiles themselves.
I have a lot of questions when it comes to this. I have not read this article because you posted it, I think, was it last night or today? What does this entail? Because I don't know if it like if they can be self-guided. I don't know if it needs an Nvidia chip if they're just reaching out to stuff because they can't get what these are normally designed with. I don't know if it needs full AI. These missiles are designed to, in their own form and fashion. They don't need a specialized, really expensive chip. It's weird unless they're adapting.
So Russia's S-71 monochrome cruise missiles use the Jetson Orin NX, this little thing here, or whatever is in this little thing here, for the guidance systems. So they're effectively putting in a superpowered Raspberry Pi in these missiles.
Yeah,
And
Power
part
is
of
very under. It's very much completely different than a Raspberry Pi. This is so powerful with the tensor cord. Sorry, continue.
Right, but essentially it comes with a bunch of Nvidia's own AI engines, CUDA cores, all that stuff. Makes it great for things like targeting systems. Like, honestly, I'm surprised they put them in the fucking missiles and not like in the targeting systems for these missiles.
If they're self-guided, it depends on if they're self-guided or if they're using a targeting system. I agree with you. Like, I don't know, like, because jammers, other things, that's why they usually like to do self-guided missiles. I just don't know how. I don't know the ins and outs of the Ukraine-Russia war that when it comes to this type of tech.
It's been going on for like a couple of years at this point, isn't it?
It's been going on for a long time, so I'm not shocked that they're reaching out and trying to figure out ways to create their tech in unorthodox ways, right? So this is interesting.
So the U.S., I believe, still has pretty heavy, very heavy sanctions on Russia. Yeah. Nvidia chiefly being among them. So Nvidia claims they have no idea how they end up in Russia. And these aren't supposed to be designed for military purposes. They're supposed to be designed for students and developers and stuff. AI startups.
These are like AI ASIC boards, if I understand it correctly. Like, these are less Raspberry Pi and more Cyclone development boards. What's the term that I'm looking for? What gamers use to like make like hardware based emulators.
FPGA.
It's closer to that than it is a Raspberry Pi, if I understand it correctly.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, man, I don't know. They put a robot in
plenty of power for what they're needing to do. They've adapted this. This is probably a lot cheaper to make that type of system with this type of chip than it would be through a contractor that charges so much more. They're probably just third party. They're probably just buying it from multiple places and just getting it shipped in through ground means into Russia. Like, I don't think Nvidia is directly doing it, but it doesn't look good for Nvidia either.
No.
Right.
Did this have an effect on their stock price?
Well, this was published yesterday. Let's find out. Probably not as much as we expect it, to be honest. But let's see. Oh, Nvidia scales back funding guarantee for Ohio OpenAI data center. Interesting. That's not the topic we're talking about today, but that's interesting to see. But essentially, like, how can Nvidia really regulate this? Because fucking their chips get smuggled out to China somehow, and probably smuggled out to Russia too.
It's hard to, like, we're fighting closing it down on the whole Ukraine-Russia thing, but like, it's really telling that they're able to adapt to this type of technology, and it's going to make warfare cheaper if they keep on doing this type of thing, because it's got to be, like I said, drastically cheaper than going through like a military industrial complex company contractor.
Yeah.
Those are... They way overcharge for things, but that's not a bad thing to make sure war is expensive because we don't want it.
Right. Like,
I think the real question here is like, Nvidia didn't know this was happening, but like if these chips, these, you know, NUCs, I don't even know what you want to call them, are included in missiles, then they must be being purchased at scale. Like, I mean, they must have thousands of these coming into the country, either being smuggled in or being in some way like on Nvidia's books. Like there has to be some kind of statistical analysis that they could do to be like, these are the vendors that are very clearly buying and smuggling these into Russia. Like it seems very, I mean, dude, it's wild.
Yeah, this
I
is
mean-
more of a fell on the sanctions. Do you really think, with all the crap that's going on with America, that we're actually even adhering to those sanctions very well?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not just the US, right? It's like a lot of Western countries. So
A lot of
No.
Europe too.
But yes, you're not
Well,
wrong.
Nvidia-
But we're the leaders when it comes to that type of like the sanctions. We're the ones that are forcing it more. I mean, so is Europe. Don't get me wrong. But if one side falls and falters, then it doesn't matter at that point. If Europe was the one that was faltering, then they could just smuggle through Europe. If America falters and Japan, all that, like that's the other side. They could just smuggle it, or China.
Yep.
If you don't have enough countries adhering to sanctions, then it doesn't matter. And
It's an
Nvidia's an American company too, so
Yeah.
it also comes back to us to regulate our country, our companies.
It's an interesting conundrum too. Now that said, you guys, it kind of reminds me of the whole Lucky Palmer situation with the ModRetro 64. You guys hear about that?
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if it's as direct because Nvidia doesn't have a. Well, is it? I don't think it's fair to say Nvidia doesn't have military like something like investing in military, given how prominent AI is. But like, do you see Nvidia being affected the same way in the sort of like, I don't want to say culture war, but like culture war that like the ModRetro 64 is?
No, they're not being swept up like the same way.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't like the ModRetro 64 primarily because of Lucky Palmer's involvement.
Yeah.
And also because there's also a pretty good alternative too, either playing on original hardware or playing on the analog 64. Yeah. In theory, they have alternatives like AMD, but in practice, there's nothing quite like Nvidia.
Right.
Yeah, that's the hard situation. That's the hard little situation too. Plus, can you really trust gamers to be principled like that? If Nvidia turned out to no, I didn't think so either. Yeah, so this is the little thing. It costs about 1,500 for your average user to buy it, aka us. They probably don't buy these NUCs though. They definitely buy some sort of module instead.
Yeah.
Look, see, there's our little
Probably
module.
buy whatever they can. Yeah, they probably buy whatever they can get.
Well, yeah,
and then
yeah, but it'd be a lot
desolderate if they
easier
need to. Yeah.
yeah. But
I mean, Russia's infamous for their software developers. It's not like they're not capable of
they're very good.
creating something like this, yeah, and adapting it. But it's also probably telling too, like they just don't have the equipment to keep up the war, but they're finding ways.
Well, when you want to kill someone, all you really need is a rock. They can figure out ways to do it. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But speaking of killing things, Google. You guys hear about this?
No.
So Google removed someone's digital copy of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. They bought it on like Google Movies or some shit. They've been delisted from their library.
So Google Movies or whatever it is, they went away from that. I think it's been moved into YouTube or something like that. Like, there's a reason I fucking have just dropped Google fucking together because they keep on doing this stuff where they had like software that I liked using, podcasting software, some other like movies. I was buying some of my movies through that, and then like closed it down. I'm like, okay, cool. I was used to that. It was working fine. You didn't even have to push any updates really. And then you folded it into another server. So I like YouTube, but I don't want YouTube and my movies mixed together because then it just makes it harder for me to distinguish them. And this is so indicative of them to just, it probably got lost along the way too, because they're just so incompetent now. For developers, they're so incompetent.
Yep.
Well, and then there's also been a bit of an update too since this happened. So they gave him this. So they did give him a refund, and they did give him a link to watch it again. But apparently, this video requires payment to watch again.
I'm just the way that they've treated their users and not have really good. And I don't like. I just hate it as an engineer and someone that develops software and using Google products has just pissed me off. That's why I don't use Google anymore. Apple has its own issues, but I don't have nearly. They've been so consistent over the past few decades. If
you want to do yourself a favor, get Blu-ray. Get on Blu-ray. Watch it. I promise you, it'll be a much better experience. Yep. Speaking of much better experiences, though, I mean, you guys have. When's the last time you guys seen Lord of the Rings? I'm sure you guys have seen it, right?
Never.
Never?
Hey, Gardner, you've never seen Lord of the Rings?
No. I once went with my youth group when I was like a church guy to see the last one in the movie theater, and I wasn't paying attention. I'm not a big. I don't like fantasy. Really, I'm a sci-fi guy.
I'm a bigger sci-fi guy, but like Lord of the Rings was so iconic growing up. Oh my gosh. It's one that I'd watch the extended edition with my dad. And I think we'd sit down.
Dude, Lord of the Rings is so good, Gardner. You need to watch it from the very beginning.
It really is good.
You can skip the Hobbit movies, to be honest. But the original trilogy?
Yeah, I've been in a weird place emotionally where like watching old movies, regardless of if I would have liked them when I was younger or not, there's something about old movies that are just comforting. So I probably will give it a shot.
Yeah, you know, the Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, the last one, won every Oscar that year.
Oh yeah,
every Oscar.
So it was like Claire Obscura.
Well, no, Claire Obscura didn't win every Oscar. I mean, every Game Award.
Oh, okay.
Well, it should have. It should have won everything.
Best fighting game. Okay, I see where you're going.
Best content creator.
Best content creator. But yeah, Lord of the Rings is one of those seminal movies, man. It's great.
Yeah.
I think you'd also like the books. I think you'd also like the books too, Gardner.
Maybe.
They're very, very long and very
dense.
Intense, yeah.
Dense. There's also the Silmarillion too. I tried reading it like when I was in high school. It was a lot, let's just say. But I could probably read it now since I'm a grown up and not a stupid high schooler. But you know what has good writing though? This game apparently a writer for this game right here, Rideshare Simulator, quote unquote, Rideshare.
Oh my God.
Was replaced with AI, allegedly. So she said. But then
this whole story is a ride, like it's a ride along, like it's crazy ride. Sorry, continue.
No pun intended.
Yeah. Well, it was intended.
Yes. Well, here's my question though: who the fuck wants to play a game about you being an Uber driver?
Dude,
I play it.
I don't fucking know, man. But anyways, the CEO fired back. He said that it wasn't written by AI, but I would have done so in retrospect, basically. He's what he's saying.
He goes back and forth. He's like, I don't know this person and everything, but she's horrible. And it's like, oh, okay.
Oh, I've got the quote right here.
Sounds like Trump to me, but the way he acts, yeah.
Dude, this is stupid. This is fucking stupid, man. You didn't have to blow up your game over this. And yeah, now they put when I put the Steam page in, they didn't have this AI disclaimer, but now they do. And let's see, the main character's story, campaign written by a team of human writers, AI tools are used for voice generation, some localization. Free ride mode includes AI generated passenger missions and localized dialogue. Free ride mode is separate from the main campaign, can be skipped. Who prefer to experience only human. You know how stupid this sounds on the face of it? Just don't play in mode.
Yeah.
Like if I buy a game, I want to play all the modes. unless it's Rush from Battlefield 6. But fuck, man, I don't know, man. Oh, also, shout outs to this extension right here. AI warning for Steam.
Oh yeah.
They updated it to where if it shows games that are AI generated, it does this too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
like fully
it's pretty
AI
fun.
generated, or just uses some AI.
Well, it has AI. It has a disclosure basically.
Yeah, this is my only problem with some of this, where I'm like, I think in the future there's going to be little bits of AI touching everything, not what we think it is though. Like to replace the writer with AI is crazy. That's one where I'm like, yeah, I want to avoid games like that. But like I've mentioned before in the past, I've used quote unquote AI for a decade for writing code, partially because it will give you predictive analysis and stuff like that.
So here's an interesting use of AI here, though. It says here the AI generates responses to the player's interrogations. For this,
that's
game
also
right
one that I think would be very interesting, is having real time reactions and having playthroughs be very different.
Right, and I can see a use for that. I mean, you still have access. It's not like it hides the games entirely. You can still hover to see what it looks like. Like this game certified looks like AI generated ass.
Yes.
Yeah,
It doesn't look very fun either, to be honest. And when you click on the page, it tells you immediately what's been AI generated. See live AI gaming companion. What your sidekick says is generated on the fly. It's not pre-scripted. Some artwork marketing was created with AI assistance. Sounds kind of dumb, to be honest.
it doesn't sound that bad though.
Well, I mean, not the AI. I mean, if it's like a real AI companion, it's whatever, I guess. But the marketing,
even the
sounds
marketing is like AI assistance different than AI generated. But yeah, sorry, I know I'm getting like very much in the like minutia things, but this is my problem with a lot of the stuff, because people will hear AI and they're like, okay, completely shut down, even though there's a lot of tools that will help. Heck, even I don't really like it, but in Canva has AI assistance where you can maybe set up the scenes and stuff like that more easily. That's not the same though. Like I don't know. Making thumbnails in Canva is how I do it, and if I relied on the AI tools, it'd look like garbage. But if you use it to like set up certain things or maybe cut certain things up, that's a different thing than just having the whole thing generated.
this is the one where they replaced the writers with ChatGPT.
To replace the what?
The writers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is the trailer. This is the YouTube section. AI writing and voice work. AI slot confirmed with the head writer they're working on it, replaced with ChatGPT mid development. How much AI did you use for this one? All right, I think they do deserve the flack in this case. They literally replace people's jobs.
Yeah. Like if they're not making money and they need to cut corners, who knows, whatever. But like, there is no need, and there's no way, in my opinion, that ChatGPT is going to do a better job than an actual game writer. The only way I see ChatGPT, and I'd hopefully use a different model and use a different system to include like real AI interactions. Like, so there's like real, like it feels like you're interacting with an AI, but not fully scripted. But that's a different type of game. That's not this type of game.
Right. This is like, yeah. There's nothing like that in the game, from what I understand. I mean, obviously, we haven't played it because it's not out yet, but nothing in the description suggests that it's like actually like randomly generated on the fly and not just whatever. I don't really care anymore. We can memory hold this game. Instead, let's talk about lawyers.
Oh, fun. My other favorite topic.
So this lawyer right here, Haley McLean, she is an IP lawyer for a bunch of different studios and whatnot. And essentially almost every like modern contract nowadays includes a clause about AI, namely anti-AI, whether it's small indie devs to big publishers. And she's noted that these sorts of clauses and these sorts of legal contracts have increased their prevalence in the past couple of years due to AI.
Wait, so what is what's
She's an IP lawyer for Voyeur Law.
yes.
And she's basically talking about how essentially more of these like contracts with like game developers and publishers are including anti-AI clauses.
So the studios are including anti-AI clauses in the contracts with publishers.
And publishers are also including them too
Oh, interesting.
on their end too.
Oh,
which
cool.
So they want like developers to not use AI so that it doesn't like shitify their game, but vice versa. The publishers can't be like, hey, you gotta put AI in this as a marketing technique or something.
Here's an example that they gave us here, a anonymized one. Redacted desires to avoid the use of generative AI systems and software whenever possible. Redacted shall not A, use any generative AI technologies or tools in the creation of the game product, and B, insert any game product into any AI system, libraries, or databases without prior written consent from redacted. A violation of this section, redacted, is a material breach of this agreement.
Interesting.
So
like
it's both not using AI systems in the game, and B, not putting said game into an AI system afterwards, which makes perfect sense to me.
Also,
And a
sounds
lot
like
of-
they stick control
so a
how
lot
they
of-
want to do it too, though.
Yeah, it does sound like they want to control it too, which I mean, it is their IP.
So if they want to put it in their own AI systems or whatever, so they can choose. I don't know. It's interesting.
And as such, a lot of smaller publishers have been following suit because that's just what the big companies do nowadays.
Mm.
And they've noted that Gen AI use has a major business effect because of how anti-AI their current perception is. See, I don't want to use Gen AI because my community would hate it. Have you guys seen the Stellar Blade AI generated music video? Oh my god,
No.
It's so fucking awful.
Amazing. I don't think I've seen it though.
Dude, they have a fucking talent. They have a pretty fucking good team making games, and now they used AI for
Yeah.
a whole fucking music video. What the fuck, man?
That's the part where I really get tired of AI is the companies that have the money to do it, to actually pay talent, and they're using AI. That's the part that gets me.
Is using AI in part of its development at some point, because their willingness to put out what is essentially an ad that's AI generated for a game. Like, why? Let's see. There's also some things. Let's see. They also mentioned that Legacy of Atlantis, Tomb Raider: Legacy of Atlantis, it's been criticized for use of AI. If Legacy of Atlantis gets sloppy with it and uses a bunch of assets that are not humanly transformed into the original works of IP, she could argue that anyone could claim that they can lift those assets too. That's the thing too. Is that you could, like, if this is like entirely AI generated, you could legally lift these assets and use them in your own game without legal recompense.
Interesting.
Like, if, let's see, for example, if Legacy of Atlantis had an outdoor level and all the trees are AI generated, I would argue someone could go and use every tree in the Lara Croft game and that they know is AI generated and put those in their games, and I don't think the devs could turn around and say those are our trees. So that's also another thing to consider too, especially since you don't have copyright over AI generated assets too, like fully AI generated. Of course, what counts as human transformation, I don't know. Maybe you could change like a pixel on like the textures and that counts. Probably not, right?
A single pixel, probably not. I mean, this is where copyright, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like, I've always kind of been a copyright skeptic. But like, when it comes to, protecting the author's integrity, like the integrity of the author's vision, that's where copyright starts to make sense to me. So it's like, if there is no author, if it's generated by an AI, then it shouldn't have any copyright protection. So I don't know. It's a very messy business.
Right. So it's the whole contract situation is very pragmatic. both for protecting their own assets and whatnot, as well as ensuring that, yeah, I mean, they also like to mention that the community would hate it too, which, I mean,
Yeah.
is perfectly fair. I think it's a valid point to have. You know what company isn't listening to their community though? Take a wild guess, Gardiner and James.
Google.
That's right. That's right. So YouTube.
You have the notes. You cheated, Gardner.
That's right. YouTube has doubled the requirements to join their partner program.
Yeah, this is
And they
So for
lower
the-
it not too long ago.
A little
They
bit,
did.
but then they like doubled it. So
Yeah.
for those who don't know, the YouTube partner program is how you can get paid to make videos through ad revenue. And let me tell you, the ad revenue is kind of shit.
Oh my god. I just to touch on that, high tech, I went and looked. I've been doing YouTube for 12 years. I went and looked at my CPM, my average CPM for my YouTube channel in 2016 when I first became a partner. My CPM back then was, I think it was $12.34 or something to that effect. And my most recent, like in the last 2 or 3 years, my average CPM is $2.50. So just to put that in perspective, in 10 years, it's dropped, like, I don't even know what the percentage is, like 80%. I mean, that's what it seems. So yeah, if you want to join the partner program, that's what you can look forward to. Getting
Right.
screwed.
So the current requirements are that you have to have 1,000 subscribers, which we're not, which the podcast isn't is not 1,000 subscribers yet. You also need 8,000 qualified watch hours over the last 12 months, or 20 million qualified view shorts in the last 90 days. All right. The 8,000 is reasonable, but like the 20 million in fucking 3 months is insane.
Actually, I think the current requirements are 4,000 watch hours and 10 million.
Yeah,
views.
yeah, they are.
And
That's the
the
current
upload.
one.
Yeah.
Like, I think the 10 million things is kind of insane too. I don't think I've ever gotten anywhere near 10 million.
No.
Long form videos
That's-
is way easier. I mean,
Yeah,
way
yeah. It's not like, well, the thing is with shorts, they don't even pay almost at all.
Right.
Yeah, they pay
They're
like
good
pennies
for
on the
growth,
dollar.
but they're really garbage.
I mean, I'll still make shorts for things I don't feel like making a full video on. I mean, that's what they're for.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just if someone's trying to be a shorts channel, go to TikTok or Instagram. They make money off of that. Like, I don't know. I don't think they have to hit those types of metrics to make money. So I don't know what it is with YouTube, but
Dude, it's wild.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about those companies, but what we do know is YouTube, if you want to make long form content, YouTube is the place to go. It's almost the only place to go, truth be told. And because Twitch isn't doing much better either.
No.
They
Oh my god.
introduced this training. They introduced this right here, this training for generative AI, and it's opt out, meaning everyone by default has opted in. You have to go into the settings and disable it. And I've read reports about how people have disabled it, and then when they go back into the menu, it just re-enables itself, like immediately.
Wow.
well, do they reload do they disable it, then reload the whole page and then go back and then try it? Or do they just close it and bring it back up?
I believe they've saved the settings.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's stupid.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
that-
Just as an engineer, I'm going to ask that because sometimes it will save to the back end and the UI will save in that one spot, but it's not retroactive. So it won't go to other places, or if you bring it back up, it might be loading an old state. I only say that just so that we have the full picture, but yeah.
So we don't
Yeah.
Twitch on stream because I don't feel like managing a Twitch account as well, to be honest. Let's be perfectly frank.
I do
I think
some
I think-
Twitch streaming in the past, but yeah, sorry.
I think YouTube's perfectly fine for your one channel, right? Like you can stream and put down long form videos too.
Yeah, but over the
I'm-
years, it really depends. It can hurt your channel though. So it's not always a good idea to be streaming on your one channel. Sometimes it's good to split that up. So there's a lot of different tactics to do with it. And so there I mean, you also have different audience in Twitch, over at Twitch. It is different. They had much better streaming tool. I'm not trying to be like defensive. Twitch isn't, you know, it is interesting, but
Right.
yeah.
Another thing too is they also admitted on a Twitch live stream that they made it opt out, because if they made it opt in, no one would ever opt in.
Yeah,
Of course. Who's going to opt into that? They
Yeah.
have
So
to do it in action, and then on top of that, they have to be like, yeah, why you can use it. Like, what benefit this is my problem with this. What benefit do the Twitch streamers get from this? Are they going to get cutbacks if you start using that to make money? Like, that's the problem ultimately with AI, I think, with training and generative and all that. Are the people that you're essentially taking advantage of, are they making money from what you're doing?
the answer is no, and I'm willing to bet in the future they may make it so that because like YouTube, you cannot opt out of it. Like our podcast, our videos, we're feeding the Google algorithm, and there's no way to opt out of it.
yeah.
I could see it in the future where they just make it a requirement. They make it mandatory. Or if they keep it optional, they'll make it so that you don't get paid on Twitch.
They can
I can
easily
see
do a
that.
lot of those things. They like tying, like when it comes to the partner program there, they really like tying certain weird incentives to it to keep getting paid. I've been partnered over there, not partner, but I've gotten to where I make money off of Twitch a few years ago. But
I was streaming on
arbitrary
Twitch
things.
in like 2016, 2017, something like that. And I was making money from it. And then they did a bunch of stuff that screwed over Linux users, and I was like, well, this sucks.
What they do?
So I can't remember exactly, but there was some big hullabaloo about it. But I just went in and tried to shut it off, and I shut off the training generative AI button, and when I refreshed the page, it did stay off. So that's progress.
I just wonder what they're going to do with it. I don't know what they're going to do with the generative stuff. They're going to replace like content creators with this. It is expensive. That type of tech to run a content creator that's completely generated would be expensive. And then I don't think they could only do it like one or two at a time. Like, I don't think people want that. I don't think it's going to be a very great.
I don't think so either.
It just seems expensive. It seems so expensive. In fact, I would push back on this. If they want to do that on their own dime, they should start paying Twitch streamers more, because they're taking the profits and stuff instead of giving them 50% like YouTube. They could start splitting. Okay, well, if you could do that and spend all that money on the generative side, then that means you have tons more money you could be splitting. You could be doing like a 30-70 split or something like that, where the creator gets 70%. That's where it's calling out to me, is more that they have way too much money than what they know what to do with. Sorry, tangent over.
Sorry, I there's a website that lets you like calculate how much money Twitch loses for every because my understanding is that Twitch is not profitable, and for every additional viewer that you have on like watching your stream, they lose a calculatable number, and I can't seem to find it. But
they say that, but they own AWS. It's all Hollywood accounting stuff where they make you want to think they're losing, so they're not getting taxed. They're not having to do what they want. They're not losing money. They're making plenty of money from it.
All right, fair enough.
I'm sorry. I'm pretty adamant with YouTube and Twitch and some of these companies that say that they're not making money. It's the most abhorrent type of lying to me. It's so that they don't have to pay people more, and that they can make it look like that they're, I don't know. It's a whole accounting thing. It really, really ticks me off when they do this. Sorry. I'm not saying that you definitely could be right, Gardiner. It's one of those things where I just don't like it.
Yeah. Well, my understanding, like that's fair. I think that's definitely probably true to some degree, that it's like Hollywood accounting, but also like live streaming in particular is extremely expensive.
Yeah.
Like even just streaming video is extremely expensive. And And so I wouldn't be surprised if it is true that they are losing money for every person that watches, but they also, they're backed by Daddy Bezos. And so they're not actually losing money, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Someone that's
It could
I've
be.
built systems that have had to handle streaming thousands of people. I've built systems for one of the companies I worked for in the, almost a decade ago. They're not as expensive as they say they are. They're
Okay.
expensive, but if you incorporate how many ad drops that they have, no, they're making so much more money off of it. Every stream, every person that gets an ad delivered to them pays easily for that stream.
Yeah. What? Honestly, man, what is one to do if you don't like AI? Just build your own website where you where you're forced to pay a monthly subscription to watch our stuff, like a Patreon.
I'm not
Right.
like, there's a lot of different ways to do all this. I don't know if completely abandoning everything that says AI is the right way to go, but I definitely think we need more grassroots systems, right? It's just really hard to do that. Kind of my
Yeah,
take on
that's
it.
fair enough. But there is some good news though. You guys ever see this?
What is that?
That is a Steam Deck.
Oh,
Gay boy.
The Gabe Boy. Someone took the entire Steam Deck and took out a lot of the internal components and shoved it in what is essentially a little 3D printed DMG.
that's cool.
You might wanna watch the video feed for this one since it's significantly smaller than the Steam Deck. It's got a little what's the aspect ratio? It looks like a 4:3.
Yeah.
Retro games, stuff like that. You have a custom display board, it's AMOLED. They had to get a custom fan. And admittedly, they're missing some of the controls. Like they're missing the triggers, bumpers and triggers. They're missing a whole set of sticks. They're missing a D-pad. Well, no, they have the D-pad. No, they're missing one analog stick and one trackpad.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's still cool that it functions though. So there is a video of it in motion though. That's not the video, but you can also dock it too, by the way. I should mention that.
Oh, cool.
Well, it works.
That must be heavy.
Probably is heavy, but I can't imagine it being much more heavy than the original DMG.
Right.
That fan being outside though is kind of scary though.
Yeah.
But this is genuinely really cool.
Have we seen it with the screen, like the built-in screen working?
Unfortunately, we have not seen it with it. I think he's still trying to get the screen working. But yeah, there's a whole subreddit dedicated to modding your Steam Deck. In this case, it's the Steam Deck modded subreddit here. Now, he had to build a bunch of custom PCBs to get the display working by code. So you look at all these custom PCBs he had to build too. This is insane.
Wow.
Oh, that's the original battery. Holy shit. I don't even know where you fit.
Crazy.
Dude, what the fuck? This is insane. He built a custom heatsink setup. He put volume buttons and another. Oh, I think this is the original DAC that the Steam Deck has. That's cool that you can repurpose a lot of parts. Now, I'm not saying we should build one of these, but it sounds like I might be interested in something like this. But I mean, the only caveat for me is I need bumpers and triggers.
Yeah.
I could live without the sticks or the trackpad, but the bumpers, triggers, I need them.
You could easily put those into it. Just make it jet out a little bit more. But there's a Game Boy-esque or Game Boy like clones that have them, but it will jet out pretty good.
I have the Retro Flag GPi case here, which is like a Raspberry Pi compute module thing.
Right.
And it has like, it's kind of hard to see, but there are at least bumpers here that you can put, and they're very well integrated into the device.
He should do that.
Yeah.
Now, Yeah, right there. 5 days ago, you said the screen's not yet connected. It's a large task getting it working and all that stuff. It's a higher resolution than the original Steam Deck screen, I should mention.
Oh, interesting.
I believe it's 1200 by 1080. So it's a 1080p panel. 90 hertz AMOLED display. Originally intended for VR.
Hmm.
Wait, what VR? What VR is using this screen right here? I don't know, but it's pretty cool regardless. Now, realistically, I don't think we could have expected him to put everything in here. But the fact that he put in so much of it as is genuinely impressive.
Mm.
There are some mission critical pieces that are still missing, though. Like I said, the triggers. There are quite a few games that use triggers. But yeah, I mean, would you build one of these?
No, probably not.
I think it's fascinating. I wouldn't build one partially because I would not use that form factor like that.
Yeah.
But
Ooh,
it's
this one
cool.
looks-
I love seeing modding. I love modding different devices.
Yeah.
Modding from one device to a different device.
Wow, look at this. He made a whole Avatar Legends arcade cabinet with a Steam with presumably a Steam Deck. See what else we have here. Oh yeah, that's the Steam. There's the Evangelion themed Steam Deck. There's the SteamBoy again. This is a pretty interesting This is a pretty interesting subreddit. I'm gonna keep an eye on this.
Mm.
See
agree
custom
with
Steam
that.
machine. Yeah, but I don't really have much more. You guys have anything?
No.
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, it's a pretty good video. We got a lot of topics done. It was a little depressing towards the beginning, namely with
Yeah.
the bonus episode. I mean,
Yeah,
Bonus
the
episode was
episode
depressing.
Yeah. But we made up for it here. So if you want to feel depressed, go watch the bonus episode.
we talk about EDP 445
Oh,
and the documentary.
It's too much for YouTube. Too much for YouTube.
I'm surprised YouTube let that documentary on there too.
Yeah. It's wild.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's spicy.
All right. You guys have any further questions or concerns before we go?
No.
Huh?
No. I just want Steam Friend to come out in a couple weeks. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It'll come out with Half-Life 3.
That'd be sick.
That
The
would be
copium.
sick.
The copium.
Anyways, you guys take care now.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks. Peace out.
All
Later,
right,
guys.
Later.